Good afternoon. My name's Scott Simpkins. I am the owner and developer of a company called Asset Merch. We will be launching shortly, and this is an introduction to the company. I'm doing this on screen record so I can move around and pull certain things up on the screen and show you. The main one is going to be a script, and I want to get straight into that to show you, explain who this video actually is for, who it's focused on. This video is for a freelance full-stack developer who has the skills to build a web and mobile platform app with customer and transactional databases that will have complexity beyond normal sales transactions. Strong data security is a must. The language to write in and data management platforms are for you to determine. This video has two goals. First, to provide mechanical context of the Asset Merch business model so you can know what we need the app and data platform to accomplish. The second goal is to hint at the magnitude of where Asset Merch is headed, and perhaps you can become part of our launch and our future versus this just being seen as another once and done invoice gig. These goals will simultaneously be achieved with a fictitious product walkthrough. For proprietary reasons, we are not going to discuss the real product and sales setting in this public video. So the next couple of minutes is a walkthrough of what that product and sales setting will be. For example, I do want you to understand that the real industry space we are in is about a $10 billion a year industry. It is a big space. So the fictitious product is coffee mugs. It's what we're going to use as a simple walkthrough, okay? These coffee mugs are going to be sold at what we call a coffee showcase event. And this example should provide accurate context for what the app and database must be able to accomplish. So let's get into that. There's lots of coffee host companies, and they set up showcase dates all around the country, different states, different cities. And the current showcase revenue patterns are as follows. Number one is event ticket sales. You have to have a ticket to go to the event. Number two is merchandise, mugs sold. Now, because some people buy no mugs, they just go because they want to have fun and go out with friends, they get no mugs. But some others are going to buy 2 or 3 or 4, and so we're going to say that the average is 1 mug per attendee. Okay. Sometimes attendees will buy extra with the intent of selling them up marked up later online to people who could not attend the event. Currently, online resales means 0 to the event host. The event host made their retail purchase to people who went to the event. After that, if somebody sells online, the event host is not going to get any part of that revenue, and we're going to change that. So Asset Merch is going to do 3 major things. It's going to first make a massive impact on event ticket sales. Actually, that's kind of a secondary thing, which happens because the unit merch sales are going to dramatically increase, and people are going to want to get to these events because that's the only place you can get Asset Merch. It's also going to create a brand new residual revenue source for that coffee showcase host. So how's this going to happen? Simplicity basically of using an existing technology, but in a new and proprietary way. So prior to the event, all mugs are going to have a QR attached to them in advance. That QR will be unassigned. It will not have any value. It will not hold any information. When attendees are at the event, they will be instructed to download the Asset Merch app, set up their profile, and be ready to make purchases. When a mug is purchased, the dynamic QR code will be assigned to that purchaser's profile, making them owner of record of that specific mug. And all of the sales are going to be tracked in chronological order, much like artwork. As the lower the number, the higher the value as more are sold. So mug number 1, number 2, number 35, number 300. As they are sold with every subsequent purchase at the event, all of the earlier purchased mugs will appreciate in value, hence the name Asset Merch. So let's look real quick at a spreadsheet. This is a spreadsheet of 100 mugs. Column B up there is the retail price. It's always $40, but as you see, the 100th one sold it's still basically at 40 bucks, but the ones that were sold previously, as shown in column D, are appreciating in value. Get back up here to the top. Mug number 1, already up. It's appreciated. Don't worry about the formulas that we're using for that. We're just simply showing you the concept. Okay. The data platform will need to track these chronological purchases and their constantly increasing values. Now let's say a month goes by and the event host has held 5 or 6 more events. More mugs have been sold. And if someone uses the app to scan a mug that you bought a month ago, the app will display your mug's purchase sequence number and its current value. Now, if you scan your own mug, the app will show that information, but it will also display to you your current return on your mug, how much appreciation you have seen. Now, people who miss the show but want a mug can search in the app and reach out to a mug owner of record to ask if the owner will resell. That prospective buyer is going to want to have that QR information updated, so when they buy it, the buyer now will be the new owner of record. And this is where capturing the residual income is going to happen. No longer is a resale through Facebook Marketplace or some other platform like that going to be acceptable, because that other platform, let's just say Marketplace, is not going to have any access to the QR code information. It won't be able to update that owner of record. The buyer is going to demand it, so that resale must be executed through the Asset Merch platform. That means we are successfully corralling and controlling the resale profit. Most of that is going to go to the seller. Some will go to the event host as their new residual income, and then some is going to come to Asset Merch because we developed the platform and made it possible. And since mug sales continue at future events, values continue to rise, and resales of that same mug could very well happen based on the already high demand that we know in our actual industry. In short, Asset Merch will cause more people to want to buy more merch. And on that note, let's do a closing summary. Earlier we said 1,000 attendees, that's 1,000 tickets, and an average of 1-to-1 sales, so 1,000 mugs. As Asset Merch becomes more known, attendee ticket sales will rise, let's say to 1,300, because Asset Merch is only available at an event. You have to be at the event to get Asset Merch. The event host, yes, they can still sell mugs on their website, but mugs just sold through the website will not have the Asset Merch QR. That's going to drive foot traffic to the shows, which will be driving the ticket sales. 1,300 attendees is a 30% increase. Now suppose merch sales go from a 1-to-1 ratio to now let's just use 1.5 to 1. 1,300 attendees times a 1.5 ratio is 1,950 mugs, which is almost double the original unit sales of 1,000. So 30% more ticket revenue, 100% more merch revenue, and now residual revenue. We're not going to be able to calculate that right away, but there will be some trends and patterns that will start to surface. Honestly, we really don't care because that residual is on autopilot. It's going to be happening anyway. So if you were a coffee event host, would you not be pleased with those revenue increases? That's where we're headed. That's what we need to have done. So I'm going to bring myself back up here for just a moment in closing. If you feel like you can help develop what we need done between the app and the data platform, please reach out to us. We're going to put contact information in the description box below. And if you reach out to us, just understand, be prepared that we will need to handle some light non-disclosure details to protect what it is that we've developed. We won't make that a big deal, but it is important. We do need to protect what we have developed. So be prepared for a little bit of NDA information. We hope to hear from you. Take care.